On Thursday, June 10th, around 4 p.m., a fire broke out on a just recently committed clear cut on Route 515 between Lance Auxiliary Canards Road and Coates Mill North Road. While the Road 515 borders the southern end of the clear cut area, the western edge of the clear cut runs along the Lance Auxiliary Canards Road for approximately 400 meters. While the clear cut lies in a sparsely populated area, even so a few houses were located quite close to the deforested land and threatened by the moving fire at times. This map shows the location of the forest fire in relation to the surrounding settlements. According to initial information, the fire broke out in the northern part of the area marked on the map, where the tree felling work had only recently started. And, driven by strong northerly winds, the fire spread rapidly in the already cleared section. The thick clouds of smoke completely enveloped the fire that had caused it, only to be driven southwards again shortly afterwards by the strong wind. As can clearly be seen in the background, lots and lots of lumber cords, that hasn't been shipped away from the clear cut in time, are about to be consumed by the wildfire. This map shows the location of the camera, from where the videos were taken. Ultimately, around 60 firefighters were busy fighting the fire, and 6 water bombers were in action, 2 of which had been requested from Newfoundland. But even this use of concentrated forces could not prevent the fire from initially jumping over Route 515 and also raging for a short time in the part of the deforestation there. The heavy smoke development could be seen from a great distance until it was dark, and the firefighters deployed were busy with the extinguishing work until late at night. Route 515 had to be closed to traffic and could only be opened again in the course of the following day. The amount of material loss has yet to be determined, but the damage caused by humans to nature is substantial. But whoever allows or carries out clear cuts, doesn't care much for damage to nature, if at all. And, as if a clear-cut in itself is not an enough sad sight, a fire-raged clear-cut looks even more terrible, and knowing that the wildfire was man-caused, makes every nature-caring person shiver. This video and the following pictures were taken 3 days after the initial fire, while a second fire started again on day 2 and also had to be fought by fire crews and water bombers. Faced with such a man-made devastation, at first by the clear-cut, and then by the consequent forest fire, one can't help but to consider those who were involved in causing such an environmental crime as completely devoid of any environmental consciousness. This lonely tree, a pine tree, the sole survivor of the murder of a forest that is an important part of the survival of humanity by collecting CO2 and producing oxygen for all life on this planet, is a symbol of the ignorance with which humanity is cutting itself off the branch we are all sitting on. It's disappearing from the screen on which you are currently seeing it. For us it is a harbinger of what is to come. Nature's patience isn't endless. Global warming will just be one slap from its arsenal. This is the smoke over Lytton, BC, in early July 2021, emitted by a wildfire that burned down the town almost completely. While in other places torrential rain is flooding almost complete provinces or states. And all of these, and other natural catastrophes, are the result of global warming, for which humankind is to be blamed, and this humankind is misled by governments, who are unilaterally favoring economic development. Now back to the forest fire near Sainte Marie. This house was just spared by the wildfire by the efforts of the firefighters. The fire, that raged just behind the trees to be seen in this photo, could only be stopped moments before it ignited these trees, too, which were left as a fake forest edge by the loggers, most likely as a courtesy to the homeowners. On the road, circling the burned area, still 3 days after the disaster, warning signs are set. From here, also the burned area on the other side of the road is now visible. Despite the efforts of the firefighters and the water bombers, the wildfire jumped the road that day, and it's still to be seen if the here stacked logs are still usable for construction timber. Also, from here one gets a better view on the huge area that was affected by the flames.